Welcome to the YouTube channel of Shet Vidya Mandir English High School. Children, today we are starting with the new chapter, that is your chapter number 15, Light, and this is the first part of the chapter. Children, we will be completing this chapter in 4 parts. Children, in this first part of the chapter, we will be studying about the light, reflection of the light, types of reflection, and the characteristics of the plane mirror. Now children, first let us understand what do you mean by the word light. Now suppose you are standing in the dark room. Dark room means everywhere it is dark. Now can you see the things around you? No, you can't. Now put on the light. Can you see the things around you? Yes, we can. So shall we conclude that because of the presence of the light, can you see the things around you? Yes. So we conclude that light is a form of energy which gives us the sensation of vision. Sensation of vision means you can see the things around you. Now when any beam of light or a ray of light strike on a surface, though two things happen. It may pass across or it may bounce back. Now when we are saying that it may pass across, so it must be a transparent object. Now bouncing back is only possible when it's an opaque object. Now children, we will study one activity which shows that the light travels in a straight line. Now for this you are required to take a small piece of pipe, lit this small candle on the table as you see here in the picture. Try to look the flame of the candle through the pipe. Now bend the pipe and try to look the flame of the burning candle and record your observations. In the activity, we fail to see the flame through the bent pipe. This shows that the light travels in a straight line. Reflection of light. The mirror or the shiny surface that acts as a mirror changes the direction of light that falls on it. It happens because the mirror is an opaque object. This change of direction of light by a mirror is called as the reflection of light. Now children, you would have heard the story of a lion and a rabbit in the story of Panchtantra, in which the rabbit fooled the lion by showing him his reflection in light. The extent of reflection depends upon the shine and the smoothness of the surface. More is the shine and smoothness of the surface, more will be the reflection. Children, now suppose your mama had bought new utensils. Now you can see the light that is reflected from the new utensils and the old one. You can check out the difference. That is why mirrors reflect most of the light that is falling on it. Therefore, for reflection, shiny surfaces are required. Regular and irregular reflection. The reflection of light from an opaque surface can be regular or the irregular reflection. Now the irregular reflection is also called as diffused reflection. Regular reflection of light occurs from the smooth and homogeneous continuous surface such as the plane mirror. We conclude that regular reflection takes place when the surface is the plane or the homogeneous. However, irregular or the diffused reflection of light occurs through the rough surface. Now children, we will study one activity which shows that the light gets reflected from a plane mirror. Now for this you are required to take a torch and you are covering its glass with a chart paper which has 3 slits. Now as you see here in the picture. Now spread a sheet of chart paper on the smooth wooden board. Fix a plane mirror vertically on the chart paper. Now direct the beam of the light on the mirror from the torch with slits. Place the torch in such a way that its light is seen along the chart paper on the board. Now adjust its position so that the light from the torch strikes the plane mirror at an angle. Now look into the mirror along the direction of the reflected light. Children, now you will observe the slits in the mirror. These slits are nothing but the images. Now this activity shows how light gets reflected from a plane mirror. Now children, we will study one more activity which shows that the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual and erect and is of the same size as the object. Now for this you require to take a lighted candle and place it in front of the plane mirror. Children, as you see here in the picture. Now try to see the flame of the candle in the mirror. It appears as if a similar candle is placed behind the mirror. The candle which appears behind the mirror is the image of the candle formed by the mirror, and the candle itself is the object. Now move the candle to different position in front of the mirror and observe the image in each case. Now you will observe that in each case the image is upright and the flame appears on top of the candle as it is in the object. Now such an image is called erect. Now we conclude that an image formed by a plane mirror is always erect and is of the same size as the object. Now children, we will learn one more activity which shows that the image formed by the plane mirror is at the same distance from mirror as the object. Now for this you require to take a chessboard and fix a plane mirror vertically on any of the line. Now place any small object such as the pencil or the sharpener at the boundary of the third square counting from the mirror. Note the position of the image. Now shift the object to the boundary of the fourth square and again note the position of the image. Now children, you will observe that the image is at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in the front of it. Now from this we conclude that the image formed by the plane mirror is at the same distance from the mirror as the object. Now children, we will study one more activity which shows that the image formed by the plane mirror is laterally inverted. Now for this you require to stand in front of the plane mirror and look at your image. Now raise your left hand. Now you will observe that in the mirror your right hand is being raised. Now touch your right ear and in the mirror you will observe that your left ear is being touched. Now we conclude that in the mirror the right appears left and your left appears right. From this we conclude that the image formed by the plane mirror is laterally inverted. Hence from all these activities we conclude the characteristics of the plane mirror. The image formed by the plane mirror is virtual and erect. It is the same size as the object. The images are laterally inverted and formed at the same distance from the mirror as the object. Now we will study why the word ambulance is written ulta on the ambulance. When the driver of a vehicle ahead of an ambulance looks in the rear view mirror, he can read the ambulance written on it and give way to it. Since ambulance carries seriously ill or the injured patients with it, it is the duty of every one of us to allow an ambulance to pass without blocking its way. Children, this happens because in the plane mirror we see always the laterally inverted images.